Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to unbox this $20 action camera from Amazon. So I bought it for 20 bucks. Here's the side of the box. Here is the back of the box. Here is the other side of the box. I was actually expecting this to come in like a blank brown box. I wasn't expecting the full color packaging, individually wrapped accessories right here. So we got our mounts here. Looks like we have our charging cable right here. A Looks like some kind of bike mount, I think is what it's called. And then you got your Velcro strap. So, in my opinion, for 20 bucks is a pretty good deal. I mean, I bought a GoPro underwater housing and it was like almost 20 bucks right there. So, oh yeah, the extra battery, 900 milliamps, pretty sweet. And yeah, so let's get into it some more. It came with a manual, which actually surprised me. We got our adhesive pads right here. That will be useful for some of our projects. And yeah, like I said, the instructions. That is pretty neat for 20 bucks. I did not see that coming. And the underwater housing too. So let's take a look at the camera itself. Looks like we can peel this out. Okay, so that's good. And let's take a look at our battery here. Pretty light, I wasn't expecting much. And the battery, so I would keep in mind the bottom cover for the battery seems a little flimsy. So I would be careful with removing and putting it back, as you can see right here. Kind of struggling a little bit, making sure it's put properly. Also, it did not come with a micro SD card. You will have to get your own micro SD card. And the maximum it can handle, according to the description, is 32 gigabytes. 32 gigabytes should be a lot though, in my opinion. And I do know that it does say 1080p on the camera, but don't believe it. I'll show you guys later. Another cool feature of this camera is that it does have the ability to zoom in and out using the up and down side buttons. And it even has motion detection, which surprised me. So let's do a little test here. So when you turn on the motion detection, you're going to see a kind of like a greenish symbol on the left side right there. And that's how you know that the motion detection is on. So I'm surprised by the features of this $20 camera. So keep in mind that it did not come with a power brick or power adapter. So when you charge, you will be using just the USB cable. And oh yeah, I did test the external power source. So if you did want to use this camera and you remove the battery and you plug it into a power bank or USB outlet, it will actually power the camera and it will record. So that's actually a pretty good feature. For a $20 camera, I was actually not expecting that. I wasn't actually even expecting it to like work completely, but I was surprised. So I also wanted to test it on my GoPro backpack, which I use every day, and I have to say that the camera is actually compatible with GoPro accessories, in case you were wondering. So I got my GoPro tripod here from a Fusion 360 GoPro, and yeah, it fits pretty good. They are compatible. And then here we have some clips that I recorded to test. So it's AVI. So it's not 1080p as it says. Do not believe that. Audio is 256 kbps at mono. So like I said, AVI file format. Here's an audio test as well. Okay, also if you were hoping to use this action camera as a dash cam, unfortunately you won't be able to read the license plates. As you can see here, I'm already pretty close when I hit traffic and I could not read the license plates at all from the recorded footage. I mean, you can barely read that sign above the cars. Also here I got pretty close and still couldn't read it. So I recommend recording in 720p, 1280 by 720. Same audio quality, but at least with 720p, you'll be able to edit it with a lot of other videos out there. You know, a lot of our recording devices nowadays you can record at 720p, which isn't like the highest nowadays, but for $20, I was actually surprised. I just wish that they didn't put 1080p on the camera, or in the resolution options in the camera, it was saying 1920 by 1080, which is not correct because I did multiple tests. I even changed the frequency. I tried 50 hertz and 60 hertz, and basically the resolution is equivalent to an old CRT monitor, and it's not 1080p. So I don't know if you want to call that like false advertising, I guess. But other than that, like I said, I'm going to put up a pros and cons list toward the end of the video to explain more of my thoughts. So let's go over the menu here. So resolution, you got date tag, motion detection audio, the resolution for the camera, which is 12 megapixels. In my opinion, not really 12. There's a bunch of other stuff here too. You can even use a timer to take photos, which is actually pretty convenient. It's actually pretty easy to navigate and play around with the options on this camera. You know, similar to a GoPro. It's not a touchscreen, by the way. If you want to, just to keep that in mind. You know, the frequency, like I said, I set it to 60 hertz, but I also tried 50. You know, 60 hertz because we're in the US. You can do video rotate too, which is pretty useful. I did test that. So you can invert it. So weight wise, it's 46 grams, including the battery and SD card. Measurement wise, including the lens, 29.7 millimeters. And here it is about 58.9 millimeters. So pretty tiny, pretty light. And here it is 40.9 millimeters. So let's discuss some of the pros. It does have a motion detection, which actually works. Price was $20, pretty good. Battery life, I would say it's more like 2 hours. I put 1.5 because that's kind of what it said in the description, but after testing it, I'm actually surprised. GoPro accessories, you know, the compatibility, you can use it with GoPro accessories, which also surprised me. Easy to learn how to use photos, and the ability to use external power even with the batteries removed. So those are some of the major things that I think, you know, make this camera worth the $20. You know, but keep in mind, if you're trying to do like good video quality, you won't get it out of this camera. You're gonna need, you know, you want something at least 1080p nowadays most of the time. Think of this as something like an old cell phone, in my opinion. This kind of reminds me of like an old cell phone, resolution wise. So that's what I have in mind, if that makes sense. So cons, battery cover is a little bit flimsy. I would be careful if you ever get this. There's no app. It's not 1080p. Like I said, it's 1280 by 960, which is like an old CRT monitor. No touchscreen if you're expecting a touchscreen. Limited in terms of storage. No time-lapse mode or anything like that. But I mean, I wasn't really expecting it with this $20 camera. But yeah, so with that, I'm going to leave you with the footage. So the footage right now I'm showing you is just 1080p. And like I said, it won't be able to read license plates. Audio-wise, actually the mic wasn't too bad. You know, just don't expect GoPro quality. If you're looking for something, think of it like a disposable camera, I guess, in my opinion. But yeah, so I do hope this video helps you out. Thank you everybody for watching. Take it easy.